back to my channel. My name is Erica. If you are new here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you also give my video a thumbs up if you like this video by the end of it. And we're just gonna hop right into it. A lot of people have been asking me to please upload this video, and I really wanted to wait until I did my new set of locks to upload it. So I am going to take out probably this lock right here, and I'm gonna redo it so that you guys can see exactly how I got this look. Before I do that, I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of details on these in particular, how I get my locks to last me a month and more. Now, it's not really rocket science on how to protect your locks when you do them and how to get them to last you long, but for those who really don't know, then I'm gonna go ahead and share my tips and what I do, because if you guys don't know, the locks that I had previously, you guys can go back to other videos if you guys want to take a look at them. I had those in for a whole month, and I was actually going to have them in for longer, but I did just want to go with a little bit more longer locks just to experience them. I can say right off the bat, with doing these long locks, it did take me a really long time, and this is the length of them. And this is the side of it. And this is the back. So as you guys can see, that's where they reach. So these are actually pretty long, and I actually did them longer. And just so that you guys know, I'm going to do the actual tutorial at the end, so if you want to fast forward, that's fine. But for those who are interested in the details on these locks, then stay tuned. Also, if you do fast forward, please don't ask any questions because you decided to fast forward. So anyway, so these locks did take me about 20 hours, probably more, but that's just with me stopping, obviously having to help my husband with the babies, obviously having to eat, to cook, all of, you know, still my responsibilities, and then trying to finish them at the same time. Another thing is that I actually did them longer. They were about 3 inches longer than this, and I just realized that it was way too long, way too much, so I just went ahead and burnt them up a little bit more shorter. I just made them a little bit more shorter in order to just really, I guess, experience them long, but they were just way too long, guys, and it was just way too much. But anyway, so yeah, it did take me 20 hours. I do not think I will be doing this length again. In order to have my yarn locks last me at least a month, which you guys saw how they looked in a month, and honestly, I just had a lot of new growth. It was starting to get frizzy because I did not wear a silk like bonnet or cap over my head for 3 weeks of me having those yarn locks. So for the first 3 weeks, I was just sleeping on my cotton pillow, just tossing and turning, whatever. Like, I was not protecting my nothing. My edges didn't suffer, nothing suffered. As you guys can see in that video that my hair looked perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. But I say this because I feel like that's why they looked so much more frizzier sooner, because I feel like within that first month, your hair still looks fairly new. I feel like when you're getting into the second month, the end of the first month, into the second month, that's when you start getting that new growth, that good new growth. You got at least a ½ an inch. For me, I grow a ½ an inch a month, so you start getting that ½ an inch of growth, so it starts looking more realistic. And that's why I really love yarn locks, is because they just look more realistic. The more that your hair grows out and the more it gets frizzy at the roots, the more realistic that the locks look. Not only that, but the yarn itself begins to like frizz up, kind of like how regular locks bud. That's what these begin to do. They just begin to get a little bit more frizzy, and the little fabrics and the little hairs start poking out a little bit more, and it looks a whole lot more realistic as well. Even though they look realistic right now, it starts looking a whole lot more realistic. And see, this is a lock that I had in for a month, and you can't really tell much of a difference, but definitely but I feel like that's the good thing, is because you look at how this one looks, and I had this one in, and it looks kind of messed up here because I had to kind of burn it. But just look at this part of the lock, and then look at these ones. Like they're exactly the same, and I had this one in for a whole month. I was washing my hair with these locks on, with this specific set of locks on. I was dunked in salt water because I got baptized. So a lot went down with the first set of locks. So as you guys can see, they held down, they did the damn thing. Like it was a good style, and I definitely recommend this style if you're someone who's interested in just a protective style that's different, or if you're trying to start locks with maybe your own hair but you want to see if you like them. Definitely this is a good go-to as well. I just start talking and sorry you guys, I'm so sorry. I just really want to get the details out on these locks so I don't miss anything. So definitely I didn't wear that wrap for the whole first 3 weeks, and then I started wearing it, which kind of, it's stupid, but I started wearing it because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to extend these to 1 more month. But that ended up not happening just because I wanted to take them out and redo them. But definitely my thing is, if you want to maintain your locks, I feel like the most important thing is making sure that you are sleeping correctly at night. Like you're wrapping them up at night with some sort of, like I know the beauty supply, they have like a cap that's specifically for dreadlocks. That's pretty much what you can do in order to make sure that you maintain the life of your locks. All of that being said, this is how the locks look, and I love them so much. For those who want to know how I take these off, it's real easy. So my growth is about like right here, so I cut like double that. So I cut right here. I'm just going to pull the string off. And then this is just a little braid that I did here. You want to have a moisturizer, a very good moisturizer that works well on your hair. Remember, your hair is going to be tucked away for at least a month and a half, 2 months, so you want something good. So I just grab a good amount of this moisturizer, grab about that much, and I put that in there. Okay, so after it's moisturized, I go in with my shea butter, and you can get this at any beauty supply. They should have it. They have the whipped kind and they have this kind, but this kind to me I like as well. I'm just gonna grab this, and I actually grab this amount, sometimes a little less depending on the amount of hair, but I literally just coat that because this, I find that keeps my hair so moisturized when I take these locks out. So I just put that on that whole entire strand, just like that. So next, I'm just going to take a rubber band and I band up that little section. And you don't want to do it tight, you guys. You see, I'm putting the rubber band all the way up here because as you begin to lock it, like wrap it, I should say, it gets really tight, and you just want to be careful for your edges, for your hair, period. So I got my yarn and I'm just going to just braid it into my hair. Now, this is just how I do this. If you guys don't know how to like braid or something, I'm not showing like how I braid or anything. I'm just showing how it is that I do the locks. So this is assuming that you already know how to braid. Really, I just grab the two strings of yarn and I combine them, but I make 3 strands. So here's 2 of them in one, here's one separate, and here's another separate. And then I just begin to braid. And my hair right here, my natural hair, is alongside of one of the strands of 3 that I have here. And I just braid like normal. And I really just braid until my hair is all the way down, or all the way completely braided. I don't braid it all the way down at all. That's just a waste of time to me. They last just as long. I did my first set without having to braid it all the way down, and it was just fine. So my braiding kind of sucks, so my hair is like kind of sticking out. Also, my hair is short, so yeah. So now you're gonna grab more yarn and we're gonna start wrapping the hair. As you can see, I got my 3 strands here. You are going to kind of do this number here and line it up. So let me show you guys that again. You're gonna line it up with the lock. This is the lock that I'm gonna wrap. You're lining it up here, and you kind of just use your finger to hold it right there. Okay, so we got the extra that's right here, and then we got what we're gonna wrap over here. And then you just begin to wrap around. And you wanna make sure you keep your finger right there to ensure that it doesn't slide. This part is very important because your hair can slide, it can slip off if you don't do this part right, or it can, like your natural hair can come out and start to show if you don't do it tight enough and stuff like that. So you don't want to do it too tight though, but you do want to do it tight enough to where your natural hair is completely covered and it's going to look natural too, not too bulky. So as you guys can see, I'm just wrapping that around, and I'm just still holding my hair as I go. I'm still holding my natural hair because, as you guys know, my natural hair is short, it's sticking out of the braid, so I just want to make sure that it gets in there really good. So I just got another 3 strands, and you just use your fingers to hold it right where you left off, and you just keep on wrapping. Same technique, same process, all the same. Now I'm just going to tie this into 2 knots. So just like this. That's 1. And that's 2. You're gonna cut off the extra. And then you're gonna take a lighter and you're going to burn the tip of it. Let it cool off, and then roll it. And you got your lock. That's the one I just did. Okay? So pretty easy, pretty simple, as you guys can see. Super easy. So yeah, it's definitely not something that any of you should be struggling with. If you're still struggling, definitely just comment down below what you're struggling with, and I'll try to respond to those comments if some of you are still having issues on doing the hairstyle. But that's pretty much how I do it. and as you guys can see, it works perfectly fine. So that's pretty much how I do my locks, you guys. If you guys want any more videos on my locks, let me know. Make sure that you subscribe down below before you exit off the video. That way you can see more videos of me if you're interested in them. YouTube will not show when a person posts on your subscriptions unless you are subscribed. So make sure that you're subscribed. That way you can see whenever I post. I post here on my channel twice a week. So make sure that you don't miss out on any of those videos. Bye guys.